SportsZone. I missed you guys. It's your host, John Phillips, finally back, and I'm joined by Cooper Lyday and Jeremiah Richards as we talk about what's on everyone's minds right now. It's March Madness season, and we are getting to crunch time. But before we talk about the Final Four, I want to get into the games that have already happened, the Elite Eight. What teams have impressed you the most this tournament, you guys?
Well, the team that I was very high on when the tournament started was the St. John's Red Storm, Rick Pitino and his guys. I mean, these guys won the Big East. They beat UConn twice this year. They have Big East Player of the Year, Zuby Ejiofor. And these guys was really playing defense this tournament. I feel like they're really getting after it on the defensive end of the ball. I feel like they have one of the best defensives in the country with Dylan Mitchell guarding the ball, who I think is an NBA level defender. But I was really sad to see these guys not beat Duke this year. I was really pulling for them.
Yeah, Duke's been a real powerhouse this year, but I mean, did not continue into the Elite Eight. I mean, what did you guys think about that UConn-Duke game? We got to talk about that. That game winner. I mean,
it was an insane. It was just crazy. Caden Boozer should have holding on to the ball, just threw it up. You know, to 6 seconds left, what do you expect? Dan Hurley losing his mind. Yeah.
Man, and the shot. I mean, so deep, no hand up in the face. I mean, it's a classic March moment, really. But Cooper, what teams have really impressed you this March so far?
I mean, I got to kind of go off him, a defensive team. I got to go with Illinois. They're a number 3 seed, but they locked down Houston, holding to 55 points. They locked down Iowa. I'm just impressed by Keaton Wagler, freshman guard, and then David Merkovich, because they've also been insane on the glass. They've been great.
That's fair. I got to mention a team that Illinois beat that you just mentioned, Iowa. I think they've been the most impressive for me compared to, pre-tournament expectations, because no one, they had some first round, like maybe first round, second round expectations, and then they get to the Sweet 16, Elite 8. I mean, Iowa was really impressive, and I think it's because of Bennett Sturtz. He was an elite point guard. Are there any other players that have, led their teams deeper, impressed you a lot in March?
I would say there was really a lot this year. Just to name a few, I'll go Darius Acuff, Caden Boozer. I know it's a touchy topic right now.
He had a good game before the turnover. Yeah.
And he started the game off with 13 points, 4 for 4. But the guy I really want to highlight is Elliot Cadeau. This guy is passing the ball. I mean, he's 9th in the nation in assists, leading Michigan. He's shooting the ball with confidence. Obviously, he transferred from UNC, so when he was at UNC, teams were kind of daring him to shoot the ball a little bit.
It was bad. The three-pointer was real bad.
But he's been having a good tournament, and I think he'll be able to lead this Michigan team to hopefully a championship.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, let's talk about that Final Four. The teams left, UConn versus Illinois and Arizona versus Michigan. Which matchup excites you more? Which one do you guys want to talk about first?
I mean, I got to go with Michigan, Arizona. I feel like those are the best 2 teams in the tournament. I think this should be a national championship game. I think it's going to be crazy. A lot of offensive power, but also defensive. I think it's going to be a close, kind of maybe low-scoring game, potentially.
That's fair. How do you see the Arizona-Michigan matchup going?
I like the UConn-Illinois matchup, but this Arizona-Michigan matchup is the national championship, if you ask me. I mean, these 2 teams have been the best 2 teams all country. Arizona started off 23-0 this year. They were the best in the Big 12, and the Big 12 had a lot of tournament teams this year, like BYU,
Iowa State before they got the injury, yeah.
And then Michigan, obviously last year we saw the Florida Gators win it, and their formula for winning was defense. They had seven-footers on their team. They had Alex Condon, Thomas Hall, and I think this year it'll be the same formula. I feel like they have Yaxel Lindenberg, Mortez Johnson, stand-still playmaker, Ade Mara. As long as the backcourt plays great, I think these guys have a layup at the championship, honestly.
And like you said, Elliot Cadeau has been shooting a lot more confidently this year. So I think, if it is going to be a team with the same formula, I think Michigan is a big contender. But speaking of Arizona, they've been in the news a lot recently with their head coach, Tommy Lloyd. I don't know if you guys heard, but the media has been linking him to the UNC job that's open right now. And he said, Arizona will have a great coach after me. And they asked him about those comments, said, what do you mean by that? He said, I meant what I said. They'll have a great coach after me no matter what. I mean, do you guys think he's leaving for UNC, or do you think this is just kind of contract talk right now?
I feel like it depends on how this tournament plays out. I feel like if you win a championship, there's no way you can just go take over a new job.
I think it'd be crazy to lose a championship team. Even a Final Four team, I think it's kind of crazy, but I'm not sure.
I've seen a lot of parallels to Roy Williams moving from Kansas to UNC back in the day, and he won multiple titles with UNC. I mean, if Tommy Lloyd did make the move to UNC, do you think he'd revitalize that program and get them back among the top of the programs?
I feel like he could. I mean, if he gets the talent in there, obviously we saw what he did this year with the young guards and Braden Berries and Koa P, and they have senior leadership as well, but I feel like he could really go in there and get the program going back to where it once was.
That's fair. Do you agree?
Yeah, I definitely think he can revitalize it to UNT back to being that Final Four every year kind of team.
That's fair. And before we move on to the next matchup, I want to know final thoughts. Arizona versus Michigan. Who's winning? Who do you guys have? What is the game? Who's winning?
You know, John, my heart wants to say Michigan, but in my bracket, which I'll mention right now, we have a bracket going, and Jeremiah Richards is currently first. I just know so much
SportsZone,
ball.
there's a lot of ball in over, so it's big.
But give me the Arizona Wildcats, man. I love this team. Senior leadership, Jaden Bradley, Koa Pete, Braden Berries, Krivas protecting the rim. This team is great.
That's fair, Cooper. I mean, do you agree? Do you think this is an Arizona win?
I think Arizona got this. They got resilience. They got on the boards. They got defense. They got offensive firepower. They have depth. In the recent game, they had 6 players score 14-plus points. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. I definitely got Arizona.
So Michigan, 30-point win in the Elite Eight. Nothing for you guys? Still not moving the needle?
I want to say it does, but like I said, they're at an advantage. Like I said, they have multiple big guys. They're starting 3. I believe Mara is 7'2", Mortez is 6'10", and I believe Yaxel Lindenberg is like 6'9", 6'10". So when you're guarding Yaxel, you're normally guarding him with a 3-man, which he's already at a disadvantage. You're already at a mismatch, but
even most teams' 5s against Mara is a disadvantage. He's 7'3" and 300 pounds, a big guy, so it's tough to match up for sure. And especially with the freshmen, Koa Pete, how do you think that they're going to do in a Final Four, the biggest games of their careers versus a tough defense? Do you think Koa Pete, Braden Berries, the freshmen are going to show out, or will they rely on the veteran leadership of the team?
I think they'll step up. They've kind of shown it, maybe not as good as Michigan teams, but Arkansas, they put belt to Arkansas. They were able to come back at Purdue, have an amazing second half. I think they'll be just fine. They'll step up and hold their own.
Okay, both the panels saying Arizona for the first game. Let's move on to UConn versus Illinois. UConn coming off the game that we talked about earlier. Maybe Dan Hurley should have had a tech at the last second, but that's against the fun of the game. You got to get the game winner. So, I mean, it's a crazy path for both of them. I mean, did you expect Illinois or UConn to be in the Final Four before the tournament?
I will say I believe all these Final Four teams are very deserving. I think the era of the Cinderella stories is pretty much dead, because these teams, I don't think you can make a case for any of these teams not being in the Final Four.
That's fair. Cooper?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surprising from the beginning, but they've proved their place to be there. They've all played great.
Absolutely. And with Illinois, you mentioned Keaton Wagler. That's kind of the big name, the freshman phenom. I mean, what has Keaton Wagler shown you this tournament that's impressed you so much?
I mean, I think he's definitely stepped up, put himself in definitely top 7 draft pick. He's definitely stepping up, providing that little offensive ball that they need, and then let alone adding up that defense wins championships. And then they're rebounding. It's a great team right there.
That's fair. And speaking of defense and rebounding in this matchup, I think we have to talk about UConn's Terrace Reed Jr. I mean, he has had a dominant tournament on the boards and scoring the ball really better than he has all regular season. I mean, did you expect that kind of run coming out of Terrace Reed, or is this UConn offense kind of just the hot hand? Is anyone going to go off?
I feel like they could be the hot hand, but Terrace Reed, he played at Michigan a while ago. It's really not a shocking performance, but anytime you're coaching against Dan Hurley, you're going to have to bring your A game. So I wouldn't be surprised if UConn went out there and beat the brakes off Illinois.
That official prediction, you think UConn's winning?
Give me the UConn Huskies, man.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's an upset, but I got Illinois.
Ooh, okay, a little bit different here.
It's not really a Cinderella story, but I got them. I got Illinois.
That's fair. So Illinois versus Arizona and UConn versus Arizona. Who's winning it all? Who's cutting down the nets at the end of March? Tell me.
Give me the Arizona Wildcats to win the national championship.
Cooper?
As I do believe Illinois has a sneaky chance, I have to go with Arizona.
That's fair. I'm going to be the difference maker and go Michigan. I think Michigan has the best chance at the title, but I think that Michigan-Arizona game is the true national championship game, like we all said.
Absolutely.
Sadly, that's all the time we have for this block. We'll be talking Women's March Madness next, so don't miss it.